Hello everyone, my name is Bharti. I am a student of MBA Business Analytics from Guru Jambeshwar University of Science and Technology, Hisar. The subject is managerial economics and the topic which I am going to discuss about is modern theory of cost. Let's start the presentation. First, these are the content of the presentation: cost of production, modern theory of cost, type of cost as per modern theory, short run cost, long run cost, conclusion, and the source, which I have taken the content from. What is cost of production? Cost of production is the total cost a business incurs to produce a product or service. Now, moving on to the next slides. These are the two theories of cost. First is traditional theory, and the second is modern theory. Traditional theory says that the all the curves were in U-shaped, but in modern theories, the modern theory is given by the Striegel, Andrew, and Friedman. They have questioned the validity of U-shaped curves, and they said that the cost curve are not in U-shaped but in L-shaped. This is due to the built-in reserve capacity of the plant. So, according to L-shaped, cost decline with rise in production, but after using reserve capacity, it turns constant and take it the shape of L. Now we will go into the depth of the cost theory or modern theory. Now, this modern theory is divided into two parts: short run cost and long run cost. Short run cost is average cost and marginal cost. Average cost and marginal cost, and long run cost is long run average cost and long run marginal cost. So, average cost, average total cost or average cost is divided into two parts: average fixed cost and average variable cost. First we will talk about the average fixed cost. But average fixed cost is the total cost which is incurred irrespective of the production level. That means a firm maybe produce 10 units or 100 units, but the fixed cost, which is the salary of the staff or expenses or plant rent, wear and tear of machinery, these are the fixed cost which is fixed, we can't change. So this is the graph of the average fixed cost. This xb to b is the original capacity of the plant, and AXB is the present capacity of the plants. The plant can increase their capacity up to B by hiring some extra labor to pay them extra wages or install some new machinery. So this curve is shows the capacity of the absolute boundary of the curves. Now we will moving on to the average fixed cost. In average fixed cost, this BXB is the maximum capacity of the plant, which means a firm can produce a level of output at this point. AM is the existing capacity of the plant, but OXA is the present capacity, but the plant can exceed the capacity up to OXB. Now, average variable cost. Average variable cost take saucer like shape or as a flat stretch over a range to output. The flat stretch corresponds to the built in the plant reserve capacity. Average variable cost. This is the average variable cost curve, or as you can see here, this is the average variable cost curve. Here, average variable cost, if we are increasing our production, which we have to incur some extra variable cost. This this curve here shows the that we are increasing the production, and from this to this point, this here shows that we are using the reserve capacity, and after that this shows that we have increased our production to the maximum level. SAV is the short term average cost, MC is the marginal cost, and SAVC, here SAVC is equal to the marginal cost. So this X1 and X2 in figure reflect the plant reserve capacity, which do not lead to increase in cost. The firm anticipate using its plant closer to X1 and at other X2. Other average entrepreneur expect that the level of utilization of the plant which firm consider as normal is called the load factor of the plant. So this shows this shows that the with increase in production, the firm may be wasting their raw material, or the labor may be tired, or they are not efficient enough. Now, short run total cost. Total cost is the combine or adding the average fixed cost and average variable cost. So, this is the average total cost. The initial stage of production MC curve is falling. Here, MC is falling, and then AB shows the constant remain, and when production is increasing, this is the where the reserve capacity is using, and then after point A to B, margin cost equal to average cost. Here margin cost and average cost will be equal. After point B, that's when production is carried beyond reserve capacity. Marginal cost curve carried beyond reserve capacity, and marginal cost curve begin to move upwards. So this is the short term total cost, total variable cost, normal profit, total fixed cost. Total variable cost incur labor cost which vary with output, raw material, running expenses of machinery, salaries of administrative staff, fixed expenses. This is the mathematical expectation. So this is the short run total cost curve. There here the AC, AVC full uses AFC, the ATC curves fall continuously up to the level of output at which the reserve capacity is exhausted. Where ABC increase, AC will also increase. At C, AC is minimum. At this point, AC is minimum. Now, long run cost. Long run cost curves shows that cost has taken proper L-shaped or inverted J-shaped. In long run cost curves take place proper L-shaped or inverted J-shaped. Modern economics divide long-run cost into production cost and marginal cost. All costs are variable and they give rise to a long-run average cost curve is roughly L-shaped or inverted J-shaped. Long run average cost is LAC is not U shaped, LAC is not L will to SAC curve whether it intersect the SAC. In LAC, first when output increase, the cost will decrease. Then after a point of optimum, cost will constant. The managerial cost will rise when the output increase, but production cost fall will be greater than rise in managerial cost. This is the long run average cost curve. This procedure and assuming that the typical load factor of each plant is two-thirds of the full capacity, that the plant is only using two-thirds of their capacity, full capacity of the plant. If we assume that there is a very large number of available plant size, the LC curve will be continuous. The characteristic of this LSE curve is that it does not turn up a very large scale of output. It does not the envelope of the SATC curve, but rather intersect them at the level of output defined by the typical load factor of each plant. Long run marginal cost. What is long run marginal cost? The long run marginal cost curve, it takes shape of spoon or the shape of the long run marginal cost curve corresponds to the shape of the long run average cost. When LSE is L shaped and the LSE curve is falling, then the LMC curve will also be falling and its fall portion will be below. Its falling portion will be below the falling portion of LAC. That means that LMC will always lie below the LAC. Here, this shows that the LAC fall continuously and the LMC lies below the LAC. Long run marginal cost curves. This is the long run marginal cost and long run average cost. Minimum optimal scale is this. Here, the LMC first declining and then it constant, and LAC first decline and then it can constant, and at reserve capacity LAC and LMC is equal. If there is minimum optimal scale of plant at which all possible scale economy are ripped beyond the scale of LAC remains constant. Conclusion is that the above shape of cost are more realistic than the U-shaped cost of traditional theory, as we will see that most of the empirical study on cost curve have provided evidence which substantiates the hypothesis of flat bottoms SAVC and of L-shaped LEC. So the source is that I have taken the content from the Modern Microeconomic second edition, Kosciuszko. Thank you, all of you.